Yeah, man, people ask that question all the time, man. But look, I was born into this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bleed burgundy and gold. I bleed DC. This is my home. This is my squad. Regardless of all the name changes and all that, man, it's burgundy and gold for me. It's DC for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm here, man. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.
Yo, what up? What's good, champ? It's real live. Welcome back to Redzone In the Lab with another episode with your boy Deuce. It's good, man. How y'all feeling, man? Yo, so as you can see, today we're talking about Myles Garrett. We're talking about Myles Garrett. Like, let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a few days. Let's go back a few weeks. You know, it's been a lot of rumors about Myles Garrett. If he's going to request a trade, do he want to be there? I know he met with ownership a couple times. But listen, all is all. Couple days before Radio Row, Super Bowl week, Myles Garrett put out a statement saying a whole bunch of stuff. All we concerned about is I am formally requesting a trade. Now, this is a day or two before Radio Row. So you know it's a hot topic. You know it's going to be talked about. Myles know exactly what he's doing, bro. Real life. Like, he knows. And he's already scheduled to be there. So here you go. Him and his, his little crew, his folk that he bring with him, walking up and down Radio Row, going on every show that'll have him, telling them, yeah, the direction the Cleveland Browns are going is not the direction that I want to go. I want to go in a different direction. And listen, let's get this straight. He doesn't run anything. He doesn't run anything. He's under contract. I think the cap hit is like 30-something million. That's insane. Especially for an edge rusher. So far as a report saying that the Browns don't want to trade him. So now it's going to be a standoff, a stare-off, or whatever the case may be. But I know he's owed a bonus of like $17 million sometime in March. So the Browns was already thinking like they was gonna pay it. They said they not trading him, so they know that's coming down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? So like it might just be a stare off, a stand down. Who could blink first? But bro, Myles Garrett is flirting all up and down Radio Row. All up and down Radio Row. It's been reports that his teams, because he said, he want a contender, playoff team with a quarterback, which I think is very important. He wants a team that has a quarterback. And he also mentioned in one of those interviews that he had that not a game manager that relies on their defense. Like, that's not a game manager that relies on their defense. Now, these are the teams that's reportedly he's looking at the Bills, the Commanders, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Bucks, 49ers, and Chiefs. I don't know if that came right out of his mouth. I don't care. I'm not concerned about them other teams. I'm concerned about the Washington Commanders because I have a quarterback that is proven to be a force multiplier in his rookie year. He's a force multiplier. It cannot be debated by nobody. Look at the roster. Look what he was able to do. He took D and C players, made them B players. He took an A- Terry McLaurin and made him an all-pro. He took Olamide Zacchaeus. No, Olamide Zacchaeus. That guy was on Philly. I don't think he cracked the field at all, ever. And he made him competent. De'Ami Brown, whose career looked like it wasn't going anywhere. He had the fans thinking that he could be wide receiver too. This is who we have. And yeah, we know what our defense was. So this is right up Myles Garrett alley. Seriously, this is where we at. You don't believe me? All right, cool. One of the interviews he had was with Sports Illustrated. Listen to what he had to say.
Would you like to go to the Commanders? Thought about it. Have you thought about the squads that you want to play for?
They need a pass rusher. I think that's something that they dearly missed down there in the playoffs and some of the big games. And I feel like I can fill that role, but that's a role that multiple teams need. And I feel like not only a pass rusher, but I think I'm the best defensive player in the game, and 100%. I feel like that's invaluable in itself.
Bro, like he's watching our games. He understands what we need. He understands we need a pass rusher. He understands we need a game record. He said we needed that in big games and in the playoffs. We just didn't have it. Yes, you can fill that role. We know you can fill that role, Myles. You want more? How about me and the Kimes? Right? He went on and he talked with me and the Kimes. Let's see what he had to say on the Me and the Kimes show.
In Cleveland, when you look ahead again to like potential spots, is that something that's important to you, joining a team where the quarterback is set and ready to compete?
Absolutely. Any playoff team or any championship team, they're going to have a quarterback, a good quarterback. And you've seen some game managers go out there with a great defense and win it all. But if you want to consistently be at the top, you got to have a really good quarterback.
There's the obvious, the guys in the Super Bowl, your Josh Allens, your Lamar. They're obviously not going to trade you the Ravens, but what about like a youngster like Jayden Daniels, like an up and coming star? Could that appeal to you at all?
Absolutely. I mean, he looked great. I mean, he looked great when we played him, but he really showed us behind when he was in the playoffs, and he's really done it and been very composed throughout the entire season. He can only continue to flourish, and he keeps his head down and continues to work.
Yes. What about a youngster named Jayden? Yeah. I watched Young and composed. I competed against him. I know what he can do. I seen it up close and personal. I seen how he was able to take that team to the NFC Championship game. I saw that. He showed his behind in the playoffs. I watched them. He can only continue to flourish. He's going to continue to work. This is Myles Garrett, bro. Like, he's watching. It makes so much sense on the surface. But there are other things, of course, that's that factors into it. Like I say, he's not running anything. He's doing what he can to make sure everybody knows he wants to get traded. I think there will be more to come out within the next couple of weeks. But let's talk more about him for those that don't know. Right? Look at this play, bro. He's literally crossing. He's doing a basketball crossover, bro. This dude is different. This dude is different. This dude is different, man. Listen, look. Look at these sack numbers. 10 plus sacks. 7 straight years. He's averaging like 14 sacks the last 5 years. Yeah, 47 tackles last year. 22 tackles for loss. 22 tackles for loss. He's elite. He's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year. They might give it to Patrick Surtain. We'll see. But he has one of those already under his belt. Against the run, because we know what he is against the pass. We know that. But is he an every down edge guy? Yes. 328 rushes defended. That's 8th in the league. He plays, bro. He plays. He plays injured. But he doesn't miss games. Hasn't missed games. And these is edge rushes. He's 24th. Out of 64, he's 24th in tackles. And don't look at that, 24th. Like, they're not running to his side. They double teaming him. In some cases, possibly triple teaming him. Running away from him. And I'm just talking about run. I'm not even talking about pass rush, passing play. I'm talking about rushes. He's missed 6 tackles all year. That's 7%. He doesn't miss tackles, bro. A stop. You know what a stop is? A stop is any negative failure of a football play. And as far as rushing, run defense, he has 18 of those. Total, including pass, 35. So almost 20 of those is in the backfield. And they include sacks and screens, anything that's behind the line of scrimmage. But that 35 number is 4th in the league, bro. Get me Myles Garrett. Get me Myles Garrett. He's the fastest player to 100 sacks. He led all pass rushes with 83 pressures this year. He's 3rd in sacks. He has 14. He had 92 plus PFF grade for 4 straight seasons. That's insane. 10 plus sacks in 7 seasons. 2023 Defensive Player of the Year. We talked about that earlier. Right? That's who this guy is, man. He's great, man. All right, so yay or nay? I kind of came up with this trade, and I'm going to tell you how I feel about this trade. But I also got a few people on Twitter, how they feel about this trade. So here it is. Commanders receive Myles Garrett, a 2025 5th-round pick. The Browns receive John Allen, 2025 first, 2025 third, and a 2027 first. Here's Washington Commander. This is what he had to say. In a heartbeat, But the problem with this trade is the Browns don't have enough cap space to take on John Allen contract currently. They are like negative 30 million in cap space, but hypothetically, yeah, Myles Garrett don't grow on trees. The thing about the cap, any team, if they trade for John Allen, they're going to renegotiate. They're going to extend him. He only have one more year. I don't think he has no guaranteed money unless he has some type of roster bonus or something. So in doing that, that's going to lower the cap dramatically for them to be able to fit it. Commander's crew says, I seriously doubt Allen would be part of the deal to acquire Garrett. Cleveland wouldn't want that contract at this stage of his career. I think John Allen is still one of the best defensive tackles in the year. So when you remove someone like Myles Garrett, I'm thinking you want something that's already solidified. Might not be elite, but pretty doggone good. Right? John says, maybe John Taman says, Big Bang Radio Hour. He says, maybe see if they take the 2025 third and the 26th and 27th first. If it all works out, those are very late picks in the round. I wouldn't want to deplete this year's draft so much. We're a bit light without 4, 5, and 6, which is correct, which you gave up those for Marshawn Lattimore. And I get it. Like, you don't want to come with your best offer. Come with the pick, see what they say. If they want a player in return, then you work from there. So I absolutely agree with what John is saying. You don't want to come with your best offer. And we know Adam Peters loves his picks. All right. Cuddy says, yep, I think this is close to what it's going to take, or Newton. I wouldn't want to give up Newton. I would want to give up either Payne or Allen first. I think Newton has a huge upside. I think his ceiling is higher than both of those guys. I think with the offseason, he was injured last year, so he didn't properly take place in the offseason or in training camp. He started the year on either PUP or IR. Can't remember which one. I think with the offseason, getting stronger, because I think he got pushed around a lot. I'm looking to see him get much better than what he was last year. HTT Spring says, LOL, I get, but yeah, listen, a generational talent at a premium position for underachieving D tackle, despite the capital is worth the squeeze, changes the entire defense and resources have to go to Garrett every down. Listen, Garrett takes your team from the NFC Championship game to the Super Bowl. Facts. Can't argue that. Ryan says, feels like overpaying compared to the recent trade market. All power to Cleveland if they can pull it off. I agree. A lot of times we think what really costs something for someone, they don't get anywhere near it, especially when a player wants out. But the difference between this is that, like, they're probably not going to trade him. They're probably going to hoard him till after the draft into the off. Like, this is going to go on for a while. I don't see the Browns moving. There are so many ramifications if he's traded. The best corner today was he's not Ward. What's his name? Can't think of it. For the Browns, can't think of his name. Their top corner. He's already said, listen, if they trade him, he pretty much said, I want out too. So there are going to be ramifications if they trade him. All right. Commander Bates in one of the group chats, he said, I think there's way too much hate on Lattimore. We was having a discussion about Marshawn Lattimore. A lot of people was upset that we wasted picks on him where we could use on Myles Garrett or another trade. You use those assets. Dude played through injury and didn't play to his potential. Give him a full off season with the squad and see how he bounces back. And we had this conversation last week, right? Like I'm with the crowd. Yes, I believe as of right now, we lost the trade as of right now, but I want to give him the off season with our trainers, our team, understand, all the good stuff that happens and see what it is. I'll give him through October to see where he is. Peter likes him clearly. Otherwise, he wouldn't have traded for him. If Peters wants Myles Garrett, then let him cook and get him. For once, we can actually trust our GM to make the moves that are best for our team. I want picks and to build through the draft. But other teams find a way to make picks and trade for stars as well. It's our turn to be able to do it, which is fair, right? This is where we are. Like, we are here now. We went to the NFC Championship game. So it's time to add these guys. We can't be scared to make moves, especially as a fan base. Now, Seabass, most hated ex-Goo, which is Guru, he's a Pittsburgh fan. He responded and said, nah, but I got Alex Highsmith for John Allen in a 2025 fifth round pick. I like Highsmith, high motor guy. I think he feeds well off of TJ Watt. I wonder if he can be I know he played pretty well when TJ was out. So we're going to talk about John Allen and what the future looks like for him next week, and we're going to come back to this because I think this is a great segue into that. But yeah, bro, like, where we at? Go get Myles Garrett. Go get Myles Garrett. Go get Myles Garrett. He had, he has the most sacks in the age 20, not the most, he's third in the age 20s, right? Reggie White has 108, and this is age 20s. Reggie White, because he's 29. Myles Garrett is 29. Reggie White at 108 sacks. Jared Allen, which I think is underrated from what he really brought to the Minnesota Vikings. I think he was one of the best pass rushers ever. He had 105. Myles Garrett has 102 and a half. Look at the company he's in. With the Myles Garrett, we have a little Wit. He was a passing game coordinator in 2019 with the Browns. So I don't know. I don't know if they had a whole lot of interactions, but there's a small relationship there. But Myles Garrett, man, go get me Myles Garrett. Go get me Myles Garrett. He was on Radio Row all week, flirting with all of the teams, everyone that could that wanted to hear. He was willing to talk, and he talked a lot about Jayden Daniels, and we gotta get in edge rusher. But as far as that trade is concerned, I don't think we make the trade for Myles Garrett. I don't think it's too much drama with it, right? It's just too messy with that trade. It's a lot of moving parts. A lot of things need to happen. I think it'll hold up the process of building your team through the offseason because I think the Browns is going to play hardball. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with John Allen. I know you have no more Garrett. I don't know if they're going to extend it. Like, I don't know what any of that is going to look like, but we're going to talk about it next week. We can talk some more. But be on the lookout tonight, 9:05. We are going live. NFL Honors is tonight. Will Adam Peters get Executive of the Year? Will Dan Quinn get Coach of the Year? Will Jayden Daniels get Offensive Rookie of the Year? Will Bobby Wagner get the Walter Payton Man of the Year award? We'll find all that out tonight. So tap in, subscribe to the channel. I'll let your boy. Appreciate your time. I know it's very valuable for you to spend it with me. I absolutely appreciate it. Remember, if you love it, one hot.